Dear 2020, where do I begin? You know, when the year started, I was pumped. I was motivated. I was ready to take you on. And you started off pretty great. I welcomed you in with my family and friends. I traveled a little bit. Actually, I was traveling back to my hometown when you decided to take everyone by surprise.
Today, I am officially declaring a national emergency.
The coronavirus is a pandemic.
This morning, a devastating chapter in the U.S.
They're fighting a war here and they're losing.
Italy's government has overnight announced a massive shutdown.
Colombia's president has ordered the country into lockdown from Tuesday.
Well, the coronavirus continues to spread in South America.
The virus death toll climbing above 200,000 Americans.
Parts of the country that are now instituting new mandatory mask regulations.
An increasing number of governors across the country are making wearing these mandatory, as an increasing number of their constituents are rebelling against it.
Wearing a mask can actually cause you to get sick. So
wearing a mask can actually cause you to get sick.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a requirement that's making some people very unhappy.
No, I don't wear a mask, even though I have my immune system is a little compromised because I'm a breast cancer survivor.
Don't try to make me wear a mask.
The attitude becoming a dangerous mix with massive social gatherings and parties.
That man harassed me for not wearing a mask. I have a breathing problem. My doctor would not let me wear a mask.
You're going to work on my teeth, not my nose. I don't wear a mask getting my teeth cleaned. Fine, I'll cover my mouth. Can I go be seated now? You can't take my temperature. That's against the law.
This week, President Trump blames states led by Democratic leaders for higher numbers.
Well, how? 1,000 Americans are dying a day.
They are dying. That's true. And it is what it is.
I don't think anyone knew what to expect, and I don't think they expected it to last as long as it did. I mean, it's still happening. You're forever going to be known as the craziest year ever. I mean, you're gonna go down in the books for this. And no one was prepared. I know I wasn't, but we adjusted. We settled into the new norm and we waited. Luckily, the space we were in allowed for just a little bit of freedom. And by that, I mean we weren't cooped up in the house 24/7. That would have been bad. That would have been very bad. I'm not gonna lie, there were plenty of downs and moments of despair, but if there's one thing you forced me to learn during this time, it was patience and understanding of the situation that we were all in. So I took advantage of this time. We all did. Oh, but you didn't stop there, did you? So on top of the big worldwide surprise, you gave us more unfortunate news that didn't sit well with any decent human being.
We're coming on the air now with breaking news in the killing of George Floyd, who died on Memorial Day. There you see him right there.
Cities across the United States remain in a state of high tension tonight as the country braces itself for another wave of protests. The unarmed Mr. Floyd, who was black, died in Minneapolis after being pinned to the ground by a white police officer.
You can see all of the people here. Thousands of people have been coming here the last week to pay their last respects.
But over the past 24 hours, security forces have been showing more aggressive tactics in dealing with the protesters.
The situation here in Santa Monica, California is very fluid. You can see police here now firing tear gas into the crowd.
The nation erupted into scenes of chaos, violence, and widespread destruction into the early morning hours.
Furious protests quickly spilled over into running battles with the police. The racial turmoil sweeping America amid a pandemic has created a growing sense of crisis.
I just threw something on fire, Chris, a firecracker.
We've seen this before in Los Angeles. When the violence escalates, no one wins.
400 years we have been dealing with systemic racism. It has to be a systemic change, and it has to be made immediately. It has to be made now.
So yeah, people came out, and yeah, they protested. But I like to think that it shook society enough to wake everyone up, for the most part. When the situation loosened up a bit, we went out. Of course we did. I mean, maybe we shouldn't have, but life goes on, doesn't it? And we just have to find a way to adjust. And it felt good, and I appreciated it so much. And not only that, I appreciated who I was able to share these moments with, my family. So even though I should be mad at you for creeping up the way that you did, I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to be with my loved ones as long as I was, and for letting me experience these beautiful moments amidst the chaos. If there's one thing you taught me, it's to look at the glass half full instead of empty. To make lemonade when life gives you lemons, as cliche as that sounds. So I'll cherish these last 6 months forever. The endless cooking, the endless eating, the laughing, sitting around enjoying each other's company, traveling locally, and just getting to know my home state a little bit better. It's true. You changed our lives forever, and nothing will ever really be the same. And I keep hearing people say how they can't wait till things get back to normal. But after everything you put us through these last 6 months, I can't help but ask myself, was life even normal before? I don't know, it's just something I think about now. And maybe you did all of this to open our eyes and change our lives for the better. We'll never really know. Anyway, there's a few months of you left, and I'm really curious to see how you'll end. So I guess we'll just have to stay tuned for now. Oh, and P.S., just please stop with the fires. We've had enough of them this year, so just stop.